a few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
At the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsay. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Back at the 42.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. They'll run it. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To throw is Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Complete.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Brings up second and...
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 34. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard.
And it's third down.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on fourth down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down by Trayvon.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, Wilson. Forced out to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. It's DJ Moore. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Called out a very strong gain of 24.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watson. Screen pass to Lindsey. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Philip Lindsay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
13. Cowboys 3.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
First down.
Nice job there utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
13. Cowboys 3.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. And his throw here is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Watson. Man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
88.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kareem Hunt his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Taken in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Wilson, 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that is caught one-handed. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jason Myers.
Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Vikings 20, Cowboys 10. Jason Myers set.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A 3-yard.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tough by Devontae David. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. And that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Wilson. This is the tight end fan. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll run with Lindsey. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second and goal from inside the 5. One more time with Lindsey. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. Filling out stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now 4th and goal.
So 4th down, Wilson goes to the sidelines, and on comes Jason Myers for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Lindsey, the ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 24, Wilson. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
That's complete, right around the 80. They're on the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
From the gun, Wilson. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Watson going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. From the gun, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Complete.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 50, it's Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Down, Dallas.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 13. It's a first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Levante David. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Watson. And he completes it to Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's got his tight end fed. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 56 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 28-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. Now they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Dallas. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jackson to return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Watson gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll fire this deep for Gallup. Turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Watson's pass intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
The 17-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run by Lindsey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Lindsey, the ball carrier.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
the Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
And
this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Jackson. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
45-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they take a knee.
Wilson on the keeper. Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
Can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball, and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4.